Ever wonder why the most confident person in the room is often the least qualified? Welcome to the Dunning-Kruger Effect, where ignorance breeds confidence. In 1999, two psychologists made a disturbing discovery about human nature. David Dunning and Justin Kruger found that incompetent people can't recognize their incompetence. It's like being blind to your own blindness. Tragically ironic. The less you know, the more confident you become. Sound familiar? Meanwhile, experts doubt themselves because they understand complexity. It's the cruel paradox of knowledge. Wisdom brings humility. Picture this. You learn to drive and suddenly think you're Formula One material. That's your brain on Dunning-Kruger. Overconfident and underprepared. The effect follows a predictable pattern across every skill imaginable. First stage, unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. Second stage, conscious incompetence. Reality hits like a cold shower. Third stage, conscious competence. You're learning, but it's effortful. Final stage, unconscious competence. Mastery with earned confidence. But here's where it gets interesting, and a little disturbing. Stage 1, people rate themselves as highly as Stage 4 experts. They literally cannot see the gap between fantasy and reality. It's not arrogance. It's a genuine inability to self-assess accurately. The very skills needed to be good are the same needed to judge goodness. No skills, no judgment. It's elegantly cruel in its simplicity. Think about social media experts who joined yesterday but teach everyone. Or that coworker who's been there 2 weeks but knows better ways. Meanwhile, the actual expert quietly questions their every decision. This isn't just workplace drama. It's hardwired human psychology. Our brains are designed to protect our ego, even from truth. We'd rather feel competent than actually be competent. Harsh, but true. The effect shows up everywhere. Driving, parenting, investing, dating. New parents think they've got it figured out until baby number 2. Rookie investors feel invincible until their first major loss. Fresh drivers think they're safer than they are. Statistics disagree. The pattern is so predictable, it's almost comforting in its consistency. But here's what makes this truly fascinating from a psychological perspective. The effect is stronger in areas where we desperately want to be good. Leadership, humor, emotional intelligence. The stakes feel personal. We convince ourselves we're naturals because admitting otherwise hurts. The good news? Awareness is the first step toward immunity. Once you know about it, you start seeing it everywhere, including yourself. The best leaders I know constantly question their assumptions. They seek feedback like their success depends on it, because it does. True confidence comes from competence, not delusion. And competence requires the humility to know what you don't know. So how do you protect yourself from your own blind spots? First, assume you're more susceptible to this than you think. Second, actively seek out people who will tell you uncomfortable truths. Third, measure yourself against objective standards, not your feelings. Fourth, embrace the discomfort of not knowing. It means you're growing. Remember, the expert in any field was once a beginner who kept learning. They didn't start confident. They earned their confidence through competence. The difference between them and the Dunning-Kruger victim. Self-awareness. They questioned themselves before others had to question them. Here's the paradox that'll mess with your head, though. The more you learn about Dunning-Kruger, the more you doubt yourself. Which means you're probably more competent than you think. While the person who dismisses this is proving its existence. It's beautiful, terrifying, and utterly human all at once. So the next time someone seems overconfident, remember this effect. And when you feel overconfident yourself, that's your cue to slow down. Share this with someone who needs a reality check. We all know one. Follow for more psychology that'll make you question everything you thought you knew.